definitely regretting the decision. Still teach spin today. I'm not even getting on the bike. I have absolutely no reason to be there. But I was fast asleep, man. I was having a really, really good sleep. Really good sleep. And after all the fatigue build up the last few months, and just kind of pulling it last minute. I feel like a big weight's been lifted. I can just sleep. I slept so well the last 2 days. But I was in work yesterday to PT, and now I'm in work to teach spin. I really couldn't give a shit about right now. And I'm just coming back here and chilling out all day. Yes. First time ever. One day out. Day 13.
We're one day out. Today has been a fucking joke. It's been everything's gone wrong. So, I was really looking forward to this time round actually being able to sit and put my feet up and relax the day before a show. I've never been able to do that. It's always either been travelling or doing everything myself anyway, getting a haircut, PTing, teaching classes, everything. So this morning I woke up, taught my class, and that was meant to be it. I wasn't meant to do anything else. It was going to be fine. But do you know what? Ever since my first show, what I really, really wanted to do was I wanted to spend the day before relaxing. Genuinely, like, it sounds so stupid because that's what most people do. Most people take a week off work and they chill out and then they probably have a partner or friends, whoever, all around them, and they do everything for them and they just sit on their ass and all they have to do is stand up while someone tans them. It takes me about 3 hours to tan. I usually do most of it. To shave. And I do most of it myself, apart from the back that I can't reach. Then half a tan I also do myself. The only time I've actually had help was when me, Becky and Nick all competed together. But because we travelled to the shows, there was all the travelling involved. So it's still relatively stressful. Other than that, I was really supported on those shows. Other than that, I've never had it. But we still, by the time we'd finished, it was 11 o'clock at night. And we never just got to sit and watch a film. Chill the fuck out like I'm supposed to do. Everyone always says stay off your feet. And the biggest critique last time was my legs were watering. And what am I doing right now? Fucking stood up, aren't I? Why? Because all this shit that I'm now doing in my kitchen and the errands that I've just had to run, I've had to still do on my own. I'm going to sit down while I at least start shaving my body hair. I've got Jay from JD luckily to help finish the last bit of my back and help me tan later on. So I've now got to drive to Jay's house. And then I'm actually just going to sit and relax on my own, which has actually really upset me. I'm now on my own completely. I've never been sat on my own completely the night before a show. I'm now going to be sat on my own completely, which kind of takes the joy away from competing in the first place. But then again, I suppose I did this for the challenge of what I could do in 2 weeks. It was never about the show. And no, I've not made a big song and dance about it because it's quite clear that I'm never going to place in this show. That was never the goal. The goal is to do that next year when I've had the revision on the surgery and I can actually then, like, present something proper on stage. I mean, it's like, yeah, there's a bit of condition there, but you can't see the bottom where it looks shit. It looks shit. So yeah, I'm still a few weeks out condition wise. Yes, I look better than I did, but I'm not going to be where I want to be, having obviously where I got last time and then coming on stage again. So what I'm going to do is I've got my Support Max Neuro and I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to fill my water up now. I put some vitamin C in there, some electrolytes in there. I've got some other GDA, some mild herbal diuretics, some Support Max joint actually, because just to try and bring the inflammation down, because my knees are hurting just standing there because I just kicked the shit out of them the last few months, particularly the last few weeks. So some omega-3, some Anavar, some Winstrol again, and I'm just going to take this from apple cider vinegar. I'm going to slowly sip my drink. I'm going to put this Support Max Neuro in, and I'm going to actually put this, a serving in each drink throughout the rest of the day, because Nick always says he starts double scooping it before the show, and he does it on show day. And you know, at the end of the day, most people's physiques start to fade because they get stressed. I'm not going to say I'm stressed out. I'm not. I'm actually just. I kind of feel deflated, a bit upset. If I'm honest, I do. I'm not on the bullshit. I feel fucking pretty upset. Like, I'm on my own. I'm gonna then start shaving now. Take my time. Jay said he's just going to be home so I can go there later. Right, coming through. Hey, it's getting a bit better. And a bit of detail. Get that way. Pow. Slightly better. Maybe it's just the angle. I don't know. Let's go sit down. 25 minutes in. I've done my hamstrings. A little bit of the sides. I've got all this to do, all that to do, all my back to do, all my quads. But you can see, if let me not flash the camera. It's just there, innit? Just there. Do you know what? If that was actually in, and I was a few more weeks, I would have obviously competed, and that was a few more weeks dating. Like, you can see it now. But I twist, pull in. It's just there. It's just that bit that's just not. It's not going to come in. But I mean, I've come in more than I thought I would have done. 2-week prep. It's not bad. Ooh, could have been worse. Not actually that far out. Like, I could happily keep going if it wasn't for this skin, which I mean then gives hope. It does give hope, you know. As soon as this gets revised, and do you know what? I mean, it's always sounded ridiculous to come out and say this, but I think I want to go for a win. Like, I want to go and see if I can actually win a show. Obviously, like I said, I've never gone into a show with the intention of winning, but I want to go for a win. Like, not just a challenge against myself. I actually want to fucking go for a win. Like, I think it is possible. I mean, to be competitive in class 1 in a good lineup, I need some more size. Definitely need some more back, some more shoulders, arms. Bring my quads back up to when they were at the best. I think that and condition, like, I genuinely, I don't think that's delusional. I think that's quite realistic. Like, I want to go for a win. One day out, 4:40 in the afternoon. It feels so late. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've been literally stood here like shaving. I even started tanning. Shaved, showered, skin prepped. And it always makes my skin look a bit smooth at first, which should hopefully sort out later on. I'm not going to lose any more body fat at this stage. I can keep pushing carbs, and where's it going to get me? I'd rather come in slightly flat but drier than be as full as a house, but then just I'm not lean enough to be like that. So I need to kind of come in a little bit, try and get shut up at least. But my eyes are so heavy. I have no one to do my tan. I'm kind of sat here, and to be honest, I do feel down. Like, this is quite comforting talking to the camera, because it's like I'm literally sat here on my own, and part of the fun for me is like trying to celebrate with other people. I often feel like I've not been supported fully, but to then literally do it on my own, I just like thinking, well, do I even bother? No one even knows I'm competing, so I just like not even bother. And that's literally how I felt all day, quite deflated. So I'm just going to literally start doing my tan, do as much as I can, leave my back, and then I'm going to go to Jay's house. Jay's going to do my back for me, and then I'll come back and watch a film. I thought I was kind of getting my hopes up they'd be more exciting than this, and it's just a bit of a letdown now. So it's not been the idea of competing and stuff was a lot more exciting than actually the reality when it's come to it today. Like I said, I'm sat here on my own. I'm just like spent all day on my own. If I hadn't gone taught spin, I would have literally been on my own all day. And it made it worse as one of the lads I know from the gym. I saw him on the supermarket with his missus, now excited to look to. She's there supporting him and stuff. I don't know if she's competing or not, but like, they just look dead buzzing, dead happy, and it's like, no, I'm just. I was trying to avoid them on purpose because I didn't want to have an awkward conversation. The fact that I'm walking around on my own, I feel quite down because of it. Like, quite upsetting. So I'm gonna lie back for a minute. I'm watching Doctor Strange on Disney Plus. I'm just gonna take like 10 minutes. I just need to try and get some energy back. Then I've got to stand up and start tanning, and then go to Jay's house. But then, to be fair, I'm hoping to be home by 7. I think that's doable. I've been sleeping okay the last few days, so I feel like I can sleep and stuff. So at least then I'll hopefully feel rested tomorrow. And I get to see Nick on stage. Like Nick looks amazing. I get to see him on stage. I get to see other people on stage. I'll get to see people at least tomorrow. So I won't be on my own tomorrow. And my mum and dad are going, and they don't actually know I'm competing. So that'll at least be a bit more of a day how I pictured it. So it's going to be a bit better tomorrow. I've got a slight resemblance of physique back. They're doing some pump work. I'm absolutely knackered though. Just remind myself the exact reason why I don't work at JD anymore. Fucking hell. Like, fair enough, I am temperamental right now. And I think people will not be aware enough to know that they're temperamental. Like, I've just reintroduced a load of drugs. It's the night before a show. I am absolutely temperamental right now. Like, just being in that building, the building itself is dated, needs updating. It would be nicer to be in, but it's the fact that, like, that guy in the orange t-shirt, like me, like, I use my phone in a session. I'm not going to turn around and say, I don't use my phone in a session. Like, no, we all use our phones at times, and we do sometimes get distracted and we can get carried away. But there's people like that in commercial gyms that they rush the set so they can pick the phone back up. And there was like, everyone was doing it, and you think, why are you even in the gym? But you're wearing a bright orange t-shirt underneath the fucking spotlight, and it's really distracting, but I can't not notice you stood there. I started to get really irritating now, like, you're really killing my mood. And I had Sonny Fodera in my headphones, and I'm like, mate, like, I'm already a bit temperamental. I'm just trying to get through this session. And I'm just now, like, looking down at the ground. But I used to do that a lot when I was in JD anyway. It's very busy. There's a lot of people like that don't know how to behave. And this did have a big effect on my mental health. And this is why, or one of the main reasons why, since lockdown, I've been a lot happier. Because I fucking left JD. It's full of knobheads. They're not bad people. They're not, like, got a bad attitude, but they don't know how to behave. It did have a big effect on mental health, and I realise that when I go in JD these days, it's not just today, it's in general. Whenever I go in there, I look down loads. When I'm in Flex and Tone, I look up. Obviously, Flex and Tone has its own collection of problems, but not ones that get under your skin. Anyway, now I'm at Jay's house. Jay is going to do my back, and I'm going to have to do the rest. I've shaved, showered, I'm good to go. I'm going to go back, take my supplements, do my tan on my own in the bathroom because the lighting's the same anyway. Get really dark this time because I'm usually too light. And then the supplements will have had their effect, have my last meal, go to bed, early night, jobs are good, and I've got a dark sheet anyway, put that on. Look at that for organisation. First time for everything. I've had to just take a minute. I had a full on. We've all seen the Incredible Hulk, because you know when he goes green, like, someone who spent the last, we're in September now, 9 months really, like, learning to calm, take a breath, keep my composure, not react to things. And then obviously, like, I'm tired today. I pushed hard this last 2 weeks. It's really, like, taken a lot of my patience away. It's really tested me mentally. And then obviously adding the gear back on top, which I did have this theory is, does it affect my mental state? Does it not? We still can't really say because I'm dieting, but today has took the fucking piss. Like, I was capable of just in JD, I turned my back, took a breath. But the one thing I didn't mention was, on the way downstairs this morning, I went to go and teach spin, and the lift was out of order. But bear in mind, it's a new lift, and it's been out of order loads of times. So there should be 2, there's 1. Very frustrating dealing with the people who run this building in the first place. The fact they're not very capable, and it's a weekend, there's pregnant people, there's people with kids. It's just unacceptable, the fact the lift has not only broken this morning, then was making some weird noise all day that made you feel like you were going to get stuck in it, and I've just come back and it's broke. Fuck me, I went green. Oh my god, I just went green downstairs. Oh my god, I just fucking exploded at everything. That took a minute, because then obviously I've had to fucking stomp up 22 flights of stairs, 22 floors of stairs, not flights. 44 flights. Stomp, stomp. You get to like the seventh floor and you get fucked, and you stay there until you reach the top. You don't get more tired, you just get fully out of breath and maintain that speed for as long as it takes you to get upstairs. But I can definitely sense the difference in my mental state, which I don't like. I say, is that just because I'm dieting? I don't like the fact I'm less patient. I don't like the fact I've just fucking gone green downstairs, because I've not done that for a long time. And I don't like it. I've just spent 9 months trying to not be that person, because it scares people and it can get me in trouble, and I don't want to do that. I've just spent a long time trying not to be that person, but fuck me, I've just been that person downstairs. Where if I'd actually had to interact with someone, or someone had said something the wrong way, it would have ranged from screaming in their face to, I don't know what, above that. I don't like that person. So, now I've taken a minute. I'm going to have my supplements. I'm going to finish my tan on my own. I've got to put Doctor Strange back on Disney Plus. And I'm going to try and calm myself to get control of myself again before the day is done. I think the enjoyment factor's gone now. But I'm already half tanned thanks to Jay, so I'm already halfway there. I may as well carry on. So let's get supplements in, Doctor Strange, and take a fucking breath. Never had to do this myself, it's going to be weird. What are we going with? Super dark competition base coat, ultra brown. Dab on. I can't see Doctor Strange from there. Hang on. Should really put my headphones on if I'm going to video. This is the most soft way to do it. Jay was like ripping my skin off. I thought, mate, I've just shaved some of these areas. They're dead sensitive. Will you stop ripping my skin where it's sensitive, please? That's a much nicer way to do it. Pat it. Spray and pat, people. Got leopard print on. Who needs other people for the entertainment? You can talk to yourself on camera. Well, looks like I've been in the Caribbean for about a month. These teeth look really white though. See what happens tomorrow. I've got steak and asparagus left, and that is end of day, what are we on, 13? 1 day out.